You ever tried steroids?
Oh, yeah, dude.
Yeah. No
shit.
Me and freaking shout out Billy Conforto, dude. He's on the topic today, but me and him used to pull off the interstate and shoot steroids into each other's butts, man.
Did you get really
Butt
jacked?
cheeks. Oh, dude. I could fucking, for the first time in my life, I could keep my hopes up, man. I was strong.
Where did you get the steroids from?
We got them from this guy, Sean.
Were you competing in any sport at the time, or you just wanted to get swole?
Just looking nice in math, you know? That was it. Just trying to look nice in math class. And I even remember my math teacher one time, dude, and she never gave me any attention. And she always looked at all the handsome boys in our class. And I remember one day she finally said, "Wow, Theo, that shirt looks nice on you." And I knew what she was fucking saying, boy.
But doing Sean steroids.
Oh, I knew what she was saying, dude. I knew her husband wasn't enough. So
yeah.
her husband, when she got home today, he wasn't going to be enough, you know?
Yeah.
But it was fun. That's back when steroids was more everybody was doing them, you know? And it was fun. It was scary, but it was fun.
Yeah.
Now it's HGH more, I think, than the steroids.
Oh, stem cells. Now you'll see Joe Rogan has a little stack of fucking fresh stemmies he's eating out from under a table.
Wait, does he have the he does the HGH and all that stuff?
I don't think he does, but I wouldn't be surprised if he's got a fridge full somewhere, you know?
He feels like Joe, and I wanted to get to him because you're part of the Rogan Mafia or whatever you want to call it, but he feels like Joe Rogan has gotten to the point where I'm convinced that like rich people and people of status have just different drugs than everyone else. Like they have science that we don't have.
He may have access to that, or I bet, people approach them first because they have the money for it.
Right. And it's awesome. He's doing stuff that will keep him alive for 200 years.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's pretty sweet.
Yeah. I think he would. Yeah, he might have that access. Well, even as you get a little bit more money, you get nicer things offered to you.
Yeah.
You know.
I think like DMT guys were like, "Hey, Joe, we need a voice for our movement.
Yeah.
I'll give you all the DMT that you could ever smoke in your life as long as you talk about it on the podcast." And so now everyone just associates DMT with Joe. Have you ever smoked it with him?
I've never smoked it. I don't know. I don't think I would ever smoke it, but I think I've done enough drugs that seem kind of cool. If a really cool drug comes out, I'll do it, but I'm not doing some of this janky shit they got out there right now,
Right.
you know?
Right. Right. Because you're sober now, too, right?
Yeah, I'm sober now, but I just don't. Some of this, I don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to disappear for 9 minutes at my fucking cousin's house. You know what I'm saying? Like some of these dudes, like, what are you doing? You got to go to work still.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like your boss ain't gonna believe you were in another dimension.
Yeah.
For fucking 11 minutes, dude.
Not a valid excuse.
Yeah. I wanted to actually just bring up Rogan real quick and like what is it? It is crazy because it feels like Joe Rogan is like the new media where, 30 years ago you go on Johnny Carson's couch and then you're made it. Joe Rogan now has that ability, and you got linked up with him, and I'm not going to say like he made you, but would you say that your career has kind of taken off a little bit to a different level with you, meeting Joe Rogan, being on his podcast, being friends with him?
Yeah, I think I was thinking about this yesterday. Some man was talking about this to me. This was I was thinking about this. I think going on Joe Rogan, and I didn't know Joe Rogan, but I remember getting a DM from him one night, and it said, "Hey man, would love for you to come on the podcast." And it was equivalent to like whenever I'd first got in Hollywood, like saying somebody's going to give you a shot, like you get a half-hour Comedy Central special. It was like it carried that much weight, and I didn't expect that, and so I was really, really excited. He's got a neat universe over there. I think it's another example of where, that Hollywood's just gotten too, even the people that work in Hollywood, they're all like from the same, like it's nepotism now. It's a lot of third generation. Nobody from the middle of America. Nobody has any stories. Everybody's just running on like statistics from different places. And so people want more. They want something more of a real experience. And I think Joe's kind of like an experiencer. I mean, imagine if Oprah did DMT, dude. You know what I'm saying?
Man, she'd have the #1 podcast.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Absolutely.
So it's like, so I think he's kind of experimental in that way. I think Joe Rogan's the best interviewer because he's curious. He's genuinely curious. Like even when you talk to him over dinner, like he will not stop being curious, and it's fascinating to watch somebody be that curious. He's like a golden retriever that's brave enough to do DMT. You know,
that sounds like the best pet in the world.
Yeah,
and he's become like a planet. And he has his points of view, but he doesn't seem very judgmental. He doesn't tell people how they should vote or what they should think, or how they should live their lives,
What do you mean he's like a planet?
he's become like a planet. Like there's more information. Remember Pluto used to be a planet, then it wasn't.
Yeah, now Joe Rogan took its place.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Bumped him right out.
We know more about Joe, and you can see a moon sometimes. If you catch Joe in the right light, you can see a moon off in the distance.
Right. But he does have this little orbit that's it's been incredible to watch.
Yeah, and I think it's just I think it was necessary. Otherwise, the road we're down, we're stuck. Really, it's even you got. Like people love just freelance. They want the the American dream or whatever this is. That somebody could pick up and have a voice again.
Right.
And it's not so controlled by just a couple of few channels.
No, it's true. I think that's a big reason for our success as a company and as a podcast is like. We are sports fans, but we don't really have access. We're friends with some of the athletes, but we'll tell you when we're friends with them. We admit our bias.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We don't pretend to be something we're not in that respect.
Right, and you don't have a huge corporation, or maybe, I don't know what y'all's structure, but it doesn't seem like you have a big corporation overhead telling you, we can't really talk about these things anymore.
No.
Just don't bash any Peter Chernin movies.
Yeah.
Right here.
Really?
Was it Dave and Mike Need Wedding Dates?
Yeah.
The best movie of all time.
What was your favorite part of that movie?
Best movie of all time.
I never saw that movie. Was on my plane the other day coming here.
We're going to interview him in a couple weeks. He's a listener to this show.
He is?
Yes.
What up? I was the guy who got bumped up into first class, and then I got my food tray. I put it under my seat when I was done eating. I didn't know, and it got stuck in the mechanics of my of the bed. So, dude, the lady spent 15 minutes getting meatballs and ricotta out of the mechanics of the.
They were like, we picked the absolute worst guy to bump up to first class.
Wait, so that's where you're at now in terms of your career. You're bump up to first class.
Yeah, I'm bump up to first class.
You're not first class on its own.
No.
I got politely asked to stop using the first class bathroom on my flight back from Hong Kong. I was in coach, and I was like, you know what? I'm in this tiny little seat. I'm gonna go up to the first class and take a leak up there, experience a little bit of luxury.
It's like that movie Highlander.
I'm going to give myself a little treat on this 16-hour flight, and I'm walking back from the restroom, and the lady comes up to me, she goes, "Excuse me, sir, you're not allowed to use that bathroom." I was like, listen, my pee smells just like everybody else's.
Make a video, dude. Make a video.